Why are repairs such a critical part of manufacturing operations?
Well, if you're operating at world-class efficiency, which is 85%, you have to have reliable equipment. And the inventory is very important. And you have to have reputable suppliers, I call them strategic partners, in order to have the products that are in inventory, it's on the shelf. So when the machine goes down, you can get it back up and running immediately or as quickly as possible. The one calculation that most people don't make is opportunity loss. So when that machine goes down, that means the spindle's not turning. That means your customers' demands are not being met. So it's extremely important. It's vitally important to have a very strong strategic partner for repair parts, for replacement parts, for exchange parts. So I think the customer or the partner that you pick is going to be a contributor to the success that you'll have.
What are some of the pain points around MRO and repair that plant managers and their maintenance teams feel?
Well, that's a really good question. That's a hot button question, particularly post-COVID. We've always had some challenges with MROs because the MROs are rebuilding drives that OEMs such as Fanuc or Siemens and any of the other control manufacturers produce, and they don't always have the expertise. They don't always have the software upgrades, and those OEMs are not, and rightfully so. That's their IP. They're not going to provide that information to an MRO. So I think again that's where strategic partners come into play. And I know with AH Group, and it's one of the things that attracted me to AH Group, is that they've built these strong strategic partnerships with OEMs. And because of the scale of the business, we're able to pass those savings on to the customers. And I really like that.
Anything else that's unique about the HA Group business model?
Well, I mean, there's several other plethora of things that are unique. Number one, the strategic partners, the fact that we have over 4,200 vendors or suppliers, globally, gives us a sea to fish in for opportunities for our customers. The fact that we've been able to scale the business, the growth model of AH Group over the last 5 years has been exponential. And because of that growth and because of that scale, we're able to share some of the savings that we experience through these relationships with the customers. And, we're able to help them with their throughput, not only their throughput, but their profitability. The other thing that I like about AH Group is the AI and the digitization, the ability to gather sizable analytics and data and to input that into our tools, and the output is able to provide customers with valuable information so they can make best informed business decisions about how to care for their equipment.
So would you say that products get repaired better if you use AH Group compared to another vendor?
I think that AH Group's strength is in these relationships that we've built with companies like Fanuc and Siemens and others. It's a unique business model, because you minimize the risk when you're working with quality, reputable companies, and you help the customers recognize that you're not a me too in an industry that's full of me toos.
What's in it for the customer?
Well, I think that the customer, number one, is a true partnership. Okay, we're able to take the analytics and provide them information that they can feed into their ERP system to help them manage, womb to tomb, the product reliability. I think what AH has perfected is they never got away from the belief that people do business with people. And I think having the site manager who is very well equipped and very trained, understands the culture of the client. I always wanted to make sure that I knew as much about my client as their employees did.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt a part of the team or an extension to the team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really the magic in the age group. You've got the intelligence, the data gathering. You've got Juno Edge, which is our software. It's proprietary software. No one in the world has
Mm-hmm.
software like that. And then you have the relationships with the OEMs. And then you have well-trained colleagues who are on site, who are able to make technical decisions about where these products get sent.
Mm-hmm. So they don't just, you know, look at and repair whatever maintenance brings them, but they can actually add value in the process as well.
Yeah, I think that's a differentiator. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, they can bring them a Parker or brand X, let's just say brand X, hydraulic valve. But if that component cannot be repaired,
Mm-hmm.
or it cannot be replaced with a similar product from the same manufacturer,
Mm-hmm.
we have the ability to quickly cross-reference that over to another product
Mm-hmm.
that is a direct replacement.
Mm-hmm. So do they repair all kinds of equipment, or does a customer also need to work with other repair shops for certain pieces of equipment?
That's a great question. That's what attracted me to Age Group, quite frankly, is they are not isolated to any one discipline or one specific uh, product. You can have spindle motors, spindle drives, CNC controls, ball screws, spindles. It really runs the full gamut.
Mm-hmm.
So we can really be a true single source solution partner for a lot of our customers.
Equipment is getting more complex, and processes are getting more automated. How has this changed the importance of how repairs are managed?
Well, I think it's been transformative. I think with the advent of digitization, the introduction of AI capabilities, and we're in the infancy stages of AI, but the early indicators are that it's going to be a transformative technology, particularly to manufacturing. It's going to help us collate, sort, filter, and make decisions in literally nanoseconds. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that it would take us a long time. When I say us, the industry, you know, a long time to gather that kind of intelligence. So I think it's going to be transformative.
Mm-hmm. So it'll help customers kind of improve their productivity or extend their productivity when it comes certainly to
Yes,
MRO.
will help us with um, as an example, you know, calculating a bearing as an L10 calculation, which is the life of the bearing. It'll help us gather the data to establish trending. So
Mm-hmm.
then we can compare that to the advertised life expectancy
Mm-hmm.
of all of these components. I chose bearings, but you can look at hydraulic valves, you can look at spindles, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to help us make real-time choices and probably prevent catastrophic failures,
Mm-hmm.
unexpected. You know, there's no guarantees in life. There's always that accident that occurs, a machine's
Mm-hmm.
crashed or wrecked. You can't predict that, but you can react to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'll help us with, you know, the big goal for years. I've been in the machine tool business for 47 years, and we really tried to perfect preventative maintenance, and then along came predictive maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
But the tools were lagging,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So now we have the tools that
Mm-hmm.
help us to predict these failures, obviously with the absence of an accident,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a crash or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
And this is all kind of included in the software service that
It is.
AH Group provides.
It is. It is. They've done a really good job of integrating every aspect of their business and all the demands that the customers have on the manufacturing side into their software solution.
Mm-hmm. When we talk to new prospects or companies that are thinking about working with us, uh, why would they believe our claims? Why would they listen to us and believe what we tell them? Is there some kind of evidence we can provide?
Well, we can give them case studies for sure. The companies that we do business with, the companies that we partner with, are not companies that randomly choose their partners. They do a lot of due diligence. They do a lot of research, interviews. The list is a who's list, you know,
Mm-hmm.
quite frankly, of our customers. And I think that the evidence is in the performances that these customers who choose us
Hmm.
can point to.
Hmm. So the company has been in business for a few years, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So I gather that there's data built up over that time.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a rich history of data.
I'd like to ask the one about, is this repair and warranty recovery service? How much do customers pay to use the Juno software?
Well, per UVAT, that's the beauty of the relationship with AH Group. So, because of the volume of spend that we have with our strategic partners, and because every year we grow that volume, so we're able to scale the benefit. So, really, the customer is paying the supplier. We're negotiating the best discount possible, and that savings then is passed on to the customer, and we just take a small amount of that to continue to pay our overhead, take care of our employees, and to make sure that we're here tomorrow to make sure that it's a strong partnership is enduring.
Yeah. So a classical win-win situation,
It's
really.
a classical win-win situation.
Yeah.
And the other thing is there's no change management. I know as a former CEO and business owner, the things that I always hated was change management
Hmm.
because they were never in the inception of the agreement or the
Yeah.
contract,
Yeah.
but they come in and leeches money out of your budget.
Right.
So this is a very proven, time-tested, fixed model. So there's no surprises.
Hmm.
In a world that's full of surprises, the one thing that I think that we offer to these customers of ours is there's no surprises with your cost.
Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts you'd like to share or ideas?
Well, yes, at the end of my career, it's refreshing for me to see companies like AH Group who are looking at the demand and the need that these manufacturers have. So we've got a shortage of 400,000 manufacturing jobs in the country today. They're projecting a need of 3.8 million manufacturing jobs between now and 2023. In years gone by, and I've watched this, I started in the business in the 70s, and we were vertically integrated. We, meaning the machine tool industry, is vertically integrated. We
Mm-hmm.
made our own ball screws, we made our own spindles, we
Mm-hmm.
cast our own beds.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're not doing any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And the rebuilders started rebuilding the machines. And one of the things that we had always to combat was, well, we own the IP,
Mm-hmm.
meaning the OEMs. Well, today, none of the builders are manufacturing their own ball screws or
Uh-huh.
spindles. They're relying on companies like AH Group who have built these strong strategic partnerships. And it's a model
Mm-hmm.
that's gave birth to, I can't tell you how many machine tool rebuilders and retrofitters. So now to see this coming full circle and this offering coming to the big customers that we work with is very refreshing for me because we saw the roadmap
Mm-hmm.
in the 70s, 80s, and 90s when all this was happening. But AH Group was the one who grabbed it and capitalized on it, and now the beneficiaries are their customers.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.